crochet friends, I'm Tiffany and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be making a herringbone beanie with the herringbone stitch. How gorgeous is this stitch? Now this is just the beanie, this is not the pom-pom. So the yarn that I use is Red Heart Super Saver. It's medium weight size 4 yarn, so this color is saffron. And then the tutorial, I'm going to use Cherry Red. It's also Red Heart Super Saver in medium weight size 4 yarn. You are going to need a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're going to need a tape measure because this is for all sizes. We're going to do some measuring. You need your scissors. You need a darning needle. So grab all of that and we will get started. Okay, so to know how many chains to do at the beginning, we need our hat height. So pick whether you want your hat to lay at the middle of your ear or below your ear. So I'm going to pick below the ear. And I'm going to do the teen/small adult size. And then whatever size you go with, you're going to add 1 inch to that size. So instead of 8 inches for me, I'll do 9 inches. So for this newborn beanie, I did 6 inches instead of 5 inches. So hopefully that makes sense. When you cinch up the top of your beanie, you're going to lose a little bit of height. So if you do it true to this number, it's going to be shorter than this number when it's all seamed up. So just start chaining and then don't stretch on the chain. Just measure it 1 inch higher than any of these numbers. So you're going to start with your slip knot. So really quick, how I do mine is I hold the bottom with my thumb and pointer and the top with my middle and ring like that. So it makes a little loop there. And then do a heart with your thumb and pointer, go underneath, turn just your right hand facing down, and then turn both of them together, grab this, hold on to that, and then pull your hands away. So you're going to put the crochet hook in front of your yarn, wrap it around, and take that loop through the next. That's 1 chain, and then I'm just going to chain, I don't know what amount is going to get me my 9 inches, so I'll just chain a little bit and then measure it and I will let you know. Okay, so I did 28 chains and this is not stretched, so I'm going to hold it there and it's pretty darn close to 9 inches. So after you get to the measurement that you need, you're going to add 1 chain. So now I will have 29 chains. So if you're also doing the teen/small adult and you had a different number of chains to get to 9 inches, that's fine. Everybody chains and crochets tighter and looser. You're wanting the measurement. So this is why it works for however you crochet. It's perfect. So I will have 29 chains, but you can still make the same exact hat and have a different amount. Okay, so to start the herringbone stitch in the second chain, you're going to do a single crochet. So you don't count this loop, that's your first chain, this is your second chain, and I'm just going to go under the top loop and do my single crochet. And this loop that is on the left is what you're going to go underneath first. So go under that loop. Then go into your next chain. Then you're going to go around, pull up a loop, and then try to get as much height as you can, and then wrap the yarn around, and then pull through all 3. And you're going to repeat that all the way down till 1 chain left. So the farthest loop on the left, go through that first. Then go into your next chain, go around the back, pull up a loop, try to get some height, wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3, and then go through the farthest on the left. So don't mistake it for this. It's like what your yarn is under. Go through the farthest on the left. So you go through that first. Then go into your next chain. Grab your yarn, pull up a loop, try to get some height on it, wrap the yarn around, pull through. So you're going to kind of get slanted stitches. It'll look better when you start getting more. It's hard to see what you're even doing right now, but just go under that farthest on the left stitch, go into your next chain, and then just keep repeating that until you have one chain left. So what you're going to do is continue to go into that farthest to the left loop, just like you would. You're going to go into the chain just like you would. You're going to grab the yarn, pull up a loop. Then you're going to take that loop through both of these. So it's kind of like a slip stitch. So this is what row 1 of the herringbone stitch looks like. And it's only going to look like it on the one side. So on the inside, it's going to look a little bit different. So your odd number rows are going to look like the herringbone stitch when it's facing you, and your even rows, you're going to see these stitches. So to do row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and this is the trickier row. So you're going to go through all 3 of these loops. So the top 2 loops, I'm trying to do this left-handed and I'm not left-handed. So the top 2 loops and that 3rd loop. You're going to go through all 3 of them, but from the back side. Okay, so you're going to hold your yarn up high and you're going to go around the back of it. Then you're going to go underneath the top 2 loops and that 3rd loop. So you're going to go from out the back to the front of your work. And then you're going to grab the yarn and then pull through. So you're going to pull it to the back and then turn your crochet hook facing towards you. And then this is when you need your height. So pull on it as much as you can and then go in front of your yarn, wrap it around and pull through both of these loops. Now you're going to go to the farthest on the left loop on the back side. So you're going to go up and over your working yarn, go underneath the loop on the left. Then you're going to go into the next stitch with the 3 loops on the back. So go underneath the 2 and the 3rd one. And then grab your yarn, pull it through to the back, turn your crochet hook facing you, pull on that yarn, get as much height because that's what gives you the look of your stitch. Then grab the yarn and pull through all 3 of these now. Then you're going to go under the left loop, so up and over your yarn, under that left, farthest on the left loop. And make sure you're still on the back of that yarn, so don't go in front of this, go on the back, go through your next loop, and under all 3. And then grab your yarn, pull it through to the back, turn your crochet hook, make sure you have enough height on it, then wrap the yarn around and pull through. Then go on that left loop first, go into the next stitch, grab that yarn, pull through to the back, turn your hook, make sure you have height, wrap the yarn around and pull through. And continue this all the way down, and you're going to have 1 stitch left again, so that's where you're going to stop. So don't do every single stitch, and I will meet you at the end. I have 1 stitch left, and this is the only one that you won't have 3 loops to go under, because this is just a single crochet. It's not like the herringbone stitch. It's your very first stitch from row 1. So you're still going to go around the back and then under that left loop, but you're only just going to go underneath the top 2 loops. And then you're going to grab your yarn, pull through to the back, and then you're going to pull that loop through these 2 loops because you're going to end your rows with the slip stitch. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn. So for row 3, you're going to go through all 3 of these loops, but from the front. So we're not going through the back on this row. So just go straight underneath all 3. Then grab your yarn, pull up a loop, and we're just going to do a single crochet. So pull up on that height, wrap the yarn around, and pull through 2. Now, just like our first row, we're going to go under that left loop first, and then go underneath all 3 of the next loops. Then grab the yarn, pull up a loop, get your height, wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3. Go into that left loop, then go into the next stitch under all 3 of the loops. Grab the yarn, pull through, get your height, wrap the yarn around, pull through. So go underneath the loop on the left, go through your next stitch, all 3 of the loops, grab the yarn, pull through, pull through. Now just continue this all the way down. This is a much faster row because you're just working from front to back. So I will see you at the end. Don't do all the way at the end. Save 1 stitch left and I will show you what to do. So I will see you there. And towards the end, I have my 1 stitch left, and again, it is just a simple single crochet. So you go through that left loop first and then go into that stitch just under the 2 loops because there's not a third. Then grab the yarn, pull through, and then pull that loop through these 2 because you're just doing a slip stitch. You always do a slip stitch for your last stitch. So row 2 and row 3 is what we're going to repeat over and over and over. So to do the next row, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we are going to go from the back and we go underneath these 3 loops. So you're going to go behind your yarn and then go underneath those 3 loops. Then grab the yarn. You're going to pull it through to the back. Turn your crochet hook towards you. Give yourself some height. Wrap the yarn around. Pull through both of those loops. And then you're going to go underneath that left loop. Go under that first and go through your next stitch. Grab the yarn, pull through to the back, turn your crochet hook facing you, give yourself some height, wrap the yarn around, pull through all of those loops. And just repeat that. So go under that left loop first. Make sure you're going behind your yarn. Go into the next stitch under all 3 of the loops. Grab the yarn, pull through to the back, give yourself some height, wrap the yarn around, pull through. And you're just going to continue that all the way down, stopping with 1 stitch left, and I will show you that again. Okay, I am at the end, and again, you're only going to have your single crochets at the end. So from the back, go under that left loop first, go behind your yarn, go underneath your last stitch, under the 2 loops, and then grab your yarn, pull through to the back, and then take that loop through both of these loops. Because remember, you're always just doing a slip stitch. So chain 1 to do the next row and turn. And we are going to repeat row 3 where we go under all 3 of these loops from the front. So not this, that's your chain. This is your first stitch, and you're going to go under all 3 of the loops. Then grab your yarn, pull through and give yourself some height, and then wrap the yarn around and pull through both of the loops. So then go under that left loop first, and then go into the next stitch under all 3 loops. Grab the yarn, pull up a loop, give you that height, wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3. Go under that left loop into your next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, wrap the yarn around, pull through. And you're just going to do this all the way down, and then do that slip stitch at the end, and then you're just going to repeat row 2 and row 3, row 2, row 3, over and over and over. So now, we need our chart again, and the amount of rows is going to be this measurement. So I am doing the teen/small adult, so I will go up to 19 inches. It's going to be a big rectangle in the end, and you don't have to add an inch to this number and then end on an even row. Okay, so I did 68 rows, and I'm going to measure. So this is not stretched, this is just laying here, and see. And it's maybe like 1 notch below 19, but this will stretch. So I like 68 rows because I need an even number. So now all that you do is chain 1 and then pull on your yarn and just give yourself plenty to weave in. We are going to fold this in half on the outside. I'm going to probably have it on the outside, but fold it in half. We're going to seam up the side, and then we're going to seam up the top. So fold up your beanie to where the ends are touching, and you're only going to worry about the top stitches. So before you had to deal with all 3, you're only going to worry about the top stitches right here. So go through the top and then go over to the other side under the first stitch. And you're going to pull through. And what you do is you're going up and over. So you're going to always be going in from the closer side. And you're going to go into the same exact stitch. So go under the same stitch that you went in and the same on the other side. And then just pull through. That's going to just secure that first stitch. So now we're going to go under our next stitch and then go across to the other stitch. And then pull through. And your stitch is going to angle a little bit. So it's going to kind of blend in with the other loops, like how they, they're angled. And then you're just going to go up and over to the next stitch, go across under the next stitch, and then pull through. See how it's a little angled? And don't pull too tight. You want to kind of make it blend in with the other stitches. So go under the next, just 2, not all 3. Go under your next loops on the other side, pull through. And then just do this all the way down. So when you're all done, you're going to turn your beanie, and now you're going to cinch up the top. So you're going to skip every few rows. So I'm right here. I'm going to go all the way over here. And then I am right here. I'm going to go all the way over here. So you're skipping like maybe 3 or 4 rows, and then you can pull on it every once in a while. So it's not so much that you're pulling at the end, and then just go all the way around. Okay, and when you make it all the way around, Then pull on your yarn and kind of just like manipulate the rows. And then pull it as tight as you can without breaking your yarn, and then pull your tail down into the center. So take your needle, go down in the center, and then pull through. And then turn your beanie inside out, and then just weave this in secure underneath some stitches. Don't stay in the same spot, otherwise it can start feeling harder there. And do this for as long as you would like. Then cut your yarn. So real quick, I'm going to attach my pom-pom. So I'm going to attach one of the tails to my needle, and then I'm going to go down the center and pull it through. Take my needle off, and then take the other one. And then also go down the middle with that one. And then go underneath and then weave these tails in. So I will do that off camera, but that is all that it takes to make this beanie. I hope you guys love this tutorial and it was really easy to follow. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and all those good things. It really helps me out. Tag me on Facebook or Instagram if you make these. I'd love to see yours, and have fun making your herringbone beanies. Bye, crochet friends.